Hey, Amanda. Will it be just your parents when I visit your parents' house this time? If your brother Henry will be there too, what should we bring him?
Henry lives with our parents, so I think he'll be home that day too. All three of them like sweets, so I think we should bring some sweets.
Oh, Henry still lives with your parents? I thought he lived alone near his workplace.
Didn't I tell you before? Henry is self-employed. That's why he works from home all the time.
Self-employed? That's amazing. What kind of work does Henry do? Which university did he go? Maybe Harvard? He must have graduated from a good university if he's running his own business at such a young age.
His job is in finance, but he didn't actually go to college.
What? He's running a company without even graduating from college? That means he's a high school graduate and self-employed. He worked so hard.
Well, actually, Henry studied at an online public high school. He stopped going to a normal high school for various reasons.
Seriously?
He was bullied at middle school. That's why it became so stressful for him to go to school. So, at first, he tried his best to go in person. But he had traumatic flashbacks and switched to an online high school. But now, he runs his own company. Isn't that really impressive?
No. Wait a minute. That's not impressive at all. Wow. Seriously? Your brother was that kind of guy?
What?
An online high school graduate living at his parents' house? That's too shitty. Seriously, it sucks that you had a brother who was such a burden. I had no idea.
Joey, Henry isn't a burden at all. Don't you think it's amazing that he's running his own business with an online high school diploma?
Huh? What's so amazing about that? Online high schools are for the bottom line students.
What? Bottom line?
And the reason he stopped going to school is lame. In short, he was a skinny little sprout who didn't fit in with the class. Or maybe he was just a creepy, geeky pig. And he's still living at his parents' house.
Hey, Joey! Don't get the wrong idea. It's not like that. And stop making fun of him.
Sorry, Amanda. Let me postpone visiting your parents. I don't feel like going there now.
What?
I thought you had a decent family. I didn't think they'd keep an online high school graduate shut in. That's the part that turned me off.
Wait a minute. You're misunderstanding a lot of things about my brother. Henry is doing well in his own business. It was tough when he was a student, but he's enjoying his work now. Lately, he's into boxing. He spends his days off with his gym buddies and has a very fulfilling life.
I don't care what you say. I can't do it right now. I need to rethink about various things, so please, leave me alone. Until then, let's put our marriage on hold.
Put our marriage on hold? Wait, Joey. Does that mean our engagement might be off the table?
That's quite possible. I'm an elite guy who graduated from a prestigious university and now working at a major company. There's no way I'm having a brother-in-law who's an online high school graduate. My glorious career and title would be disgraced.
Huh?
Well, I'll get back to you when I come to a conclusion. Until then, don't contact me. Hey, sis. When is Joey coming to officially report our marriage? It's already been a month since it was postponed. Mom and Dad are nagging me to ask how it's going.
I'm sorry. I haven't had a chance to tell them yet. And I feel bad for making them worried. But the truth is, I still don't know what to expect. I haven't been able to get in touch with Joey lately.
Oh, really? Did you guys have a fight right before planning the visit?
No, we were just having a normal conversation. And he asked about you, Henry, what you do for a living, and your educational background. When I told him that you're self-employed and had graduated from an online high school, he suddenly decided to postpone the visit.
Oh, then that's definitely the reason. Anyone would be suspicious of an online high school graduate running his own business. He may think I'm jobless and only calls myself a home security guard.
What?
He thinks there's no way an online high school graduate shut-in can run his own business. And moreover, I still live at my parents' house. That makes it even more suspicious. He's probably in a panic and reconsidering marrying you.
But I told him that you're working hard now. And currently doing a fine job in finance. That you're actively going out on your days off, not a shut-in anymore. I explained it to him in my own way.
It doesn't matter if he doesn't believe you.
Oh no!
I'm sorry I screwed things up for you. It's true that I'm an online high school graduate and used to be a shut-in. I never meant to put you into trouble because of me.
That's not something you should apologize for. I just wish I could have explained it to him better.
If you get a chance to talk to Joey, you can tell him about my detailed job description and my annual income. Or else, he'll just continue to misunderstand me.
Oh, are you sure you're okay with that? You said you didn't want people to know about your job and income.
When people find out that you have money, troublesome people tend to get close to you. But I can't have my sister's marriage ruined because of me. He will eventually become my brother-in-law. So, you can tell him about me without hiding anything.
Thank you, Henry. I'll talk things over with Joey ASAP and take him to our family house.
Amanda, I've decided not to marry you after all. I'm not going to support your jobless loser brother.
What? Joey?
Who wants a jobless brother-in-law calling himself self-employed? I'm sure he's the reason why you want to marry me anyway. You want someone to take care of him after your parents pass away. I'm not going to be the owner of such a piece of shit like him.
Hey, wait a minute. Calm down. Joey, you have it all wrong. My brother Henry is not jobless. He's working and has his own income.
You're lying. There's no way a shut-in can get a job in finance. Even if he has an income, it must be just as much as an allowance. He's probably just a small-time reseller. Or maybe he's a home security guard, and his salary comes from his parents' allowance.
No, that's not true. Please, listen to me.
Shut up. I don't care if he's really making money or not. Your brother's just a high school dropout shut-in. I don't like such weak guys.
Henry didn't become a shut-in because he wanted to. He was a cheerful boy until middle school. But it's the bully's fault for forcing him to become a shut-in. Don't you understand how it feels to be bullied?
I don't understand it at all, because I was the one bullying kids at school.
What?
Everyone has hit someone in class, right? I used to do it all the time when I was in school. We all ignored the ones we didn't like, hid their stuff, those kinds of things. I did that from elementary school all the way to college.
You have to be kidding. You were doing such awful things?
Bullying happens because the ones who are bullied have problems. Some were cocky, even though their looks were dull. Some turned down our invitations to hang out. I bet your brother became a shut-in like that.
I can't believe you. You're such a jerk. Always being mean to people for such unreasonable reasons. And that's the bullied people's fault? How can you say such a horrible thing? Who the hell do you think you are to hurt people?
Shut up, you siblings of losers. You're in no position to complain to me, an elite of a major company.
Huh?
Running away and becoming a shut-in instead of fighting back? That's what you call a loser. And you're also a loser for having a brother like that. I can't marry such a lame woman. I'll never take care of a jobless brother-in-law. I can't marry a woman who has that kind of burden.
My brother makes more than $1 million a year.
What?
Henry isn't a burden. He's rather supporting our family. Last year, he rebuilt a beautiful family house for us. He also invites us all to an overseas trip every year. He's always been kind and family-oriented, and now he has become a successful business owner. I'm so proud of my brother.
Huh? Your brother is an online high school graduate shut-in without a job. There's no way that guy's annual income is over $1 million. Your brother couldn't even make 1/10 of my $100,000 annual income.
Stop saying my brother is jobless. I told you, he's running his own business in the financial field. Henry is working as an investor now. That's why he's making more than $1 million a year now.
Huh? He's an investor worth over $1 million even though he graduated from an online high school? That's like a fairy tale.
But it's all a true story. The whole time he couldn't go to school, he was making money at home. He did a lot of remote part-time work like video editing. And he started learning how to invest, and he's been steadily adding his assets. Recently, he found a small company that had great technology, and he was supporting them.
I didn't know he was doing that much.
He will wait until the company grows to get even more profit. He says, I want to prove that even weak people and weak companies can change, and doing his best to spread his business.
So, he really makes more than $1 million a year? Even though he's an online high school graduate plus former shut-in?
Even if you're a major corporate elite, so what? Don't be so arrogant when you're losing out to my little brother in annual income. You're just a wimpy jerk who is inferior to my brother. Don't you dare make fun of him.
You think I'm a wimpy jerk?
You're a wimpy jerk who can only act big in the crowd. You can't do anything without a title. Such a person has no right to make fun of my brother. Henry made it this far all by himself. He's several times, no, hundreds of times more amazing than you.
I heard from Mom, but is it true that you guys broke up? It's my fault, isn't it? I'm sorry for ruining your marriage proposal.
No, it's not your fault. In fact, thank you. Because of you, I could see how much of a scum he was. You're the best brother anyone's ever had.
That's not true. But I hope you find someone better next time. Someone who won't make fun of me and who cares about you.
Of course. I'm going to go look for a new boyfriend right away. But it's hard with Joey sabotaging me. What? A friend of mine introduced me to a new guy earlier today. But Joey showed up at my date and was persistent in asking me to get back together with him. He's changing his attitude and raving about you now. He's also sending me so many texts.
In that case, leave it to me. I'll make sure Joey won't appear in front of you anymore.
You can do that? What on earth are you planning to do?
Well, just leave it to me. I'm just punishing him a bit for making fun of me. How dare you set me up? You're the worst siblings ever. You're a scumbag. I'll never forgive you.
Huh? What's the matter with you all of a sudden? You're the one who's the scumbag.
I'm not a scumbag. I've been brilliant since I was little. I'm athletic too. I went to a prestigious university. I'm an elite guy who works for a big company now. So, why do I have to get fired because of your brother?
Fired?
Your brother is a bottom-line online high school graduate. Shut-ins are always ugly with a moody character. Why am I getting fired because of someone like that? It's all your own fault. Don't blame it on me. Don't take it on my sister too. What? Thank you for supporting my sister in the past. I'm her brother Henry, who you hate to the core. I understand your anger at being fired from the company you're so proud of. But please don't forget, it's all because of your foolish words and actions. It's your fault for thoughtlessly bringing that stupid deal to me. What the hell? The way you changed your attitude after you found out I was making a fortune was quite funny. And you kept asking my sister to get back together with you. So miserable. I couldn't believe it when you finally contacted me directly. I work for a big company, and I have access to important information. You can make a lot of money trading stocks with that information, so help me out. Please, help me get back with your sister, is what you said. What's wrong with that? It's not a bad deal for you either, right? You win stock trades with the non-public information I have. Your sister can get married without worries. It's a deal that makes everyone happy. Are you serious? What you're trying to do is insider trading. So, I pretended to be on it, pulled out your information, put it all together, and turned you into the company. I didn't expect you to get fired so soon. You're just an online high school graduate, and you screwed me over. What's wrong with insider trading, you fucking earnest bastard? These things are okay if it's kept a secret. My classmates in middle school were like that. They were so cowardly, thinking they could get away with it as long as the teachers didn't find out. They pretended to be good students on the surface, but behind the adults' back, they bullied me. When I asked the teachers for help, they couldn't help me because they didn't have any proof. So, I had to run away. Scumbags like you make me want to vomit. Shut up! You're a former shut-in. No matter how successful you are now, you're still a loser. You don't have a college diploma, and you don't have as many friends as I do. Remember, you're no better than me. I'm not proud of my education, but when you make millions of dollars a year, such words become meaningless. A college graduate making $100,000 a year, or an online high school graduate making millions of dollars a year. If you could choose whichever life you like, everyone would choose the latter. Well, that's for sure. I've never even met you in person, but I think I can beat you in power too. I've been working from home all my life, so I've been going to the boxing gym for exercise. I can bench press 330 pounds now, so I'm confident in my muscles. What? You're that strong and muscular? If you want to make fun of me so badly, come fight me in person. Let's not only compare each other's academic backgrounds, but let's compare each other's strengths too. I will do my best to compete with you. Oh, if you want, I can come to your house. I'll get your address from my sister. Stop. Don't come to my house with those dangerous muscles. Then, promise me you'll never go near my sister again. And don't contact me ever again. Now, if you'll excuse me. Thanks to my brother Henry, I never heard from Joey again. Rumor has it that he returned to his hometown in a hurry. But, in his hometown, one after the other, the people who Joey used to bully have succeeded. When he attended the reunion gathering, everyone ignored him. When I shared this story with Henry, he said, I did something similar at last year's class reunion. I intentionally wore a high-brand suit and watch, and drove a luxury car. I ignored my classmates who were calling out to me with odd expressions and left immediately. I went to hang out with my online gaming friends that day.
I got home earlier than I expected today. Where are you, Amy? Are you out?
Hey, Jason. I'm just visiting my father's grave. I'll be home soon.
You went to visit his grave again? Aren't you going there too often?
When I have time, I end up coming here.
It's been a year since your father passed away. You don't have to visit his grave that often.
But I feel bad for Dad.
About what?
They had just found a cure for Dad's incurable disease, but I couldn't afford to give him the treatment. If he had been able to get the treatment, he might still be alive today. I felt regret because I didn't do everything I could have done.
Can't change the past. Our business wasn't doing well until last year. We couldn't afford to pay for the treatment. The treatment was very expensive.
It was a treatment that could only be received overseas.
Insurance won't cover it if it's overseas. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't afford the treatment. It's just one of those things that can't be helped. Don't blame yourself for so long.
I only had Dad in my family. Dad worked from morning till night to raise me. I was weak, and I think it was really hard for him to raise me. I couldn't do anything to give Dad any filial piety. I know I didn't have a choice, but I just can't help it.
Even so, I'm sure your father would be happy. His daughter loved him so much. I think it would be good filial piety for you to stay cheerful and energetic, don't you?
I don't know if that's enough. I haven't done anything for Dad.
I think that's enough. Even if you had to push yourself at the time to make the money for the treatment, I'm sure we would have ended in bankruptcy and our lives would have been over. Even if you had gotten better, that wouldn't have made your father happy.
Well, maybe you might be right, I guess.
Right? And I'm sure your father would understand that. It must be sad for him to know that you haven't gotten over it. I'm sure if I were your father, I'd feel the same way.
You're right. There's no point in having regrets.
Let's move forward. We did everything we could. Your father would be proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. I'll try to reduce visits to his grave from now on. I'm sorry I made you worry.
You lost your father. It's normal to be sad. But I don't like you being sad all the time either. It makes me sad too. Just take a little bit of time to be positive.
Okay, I'm sorry. I've already grieved enough, and I'll try to change my mind. I've got to make sure my dad in heaven doesn't worry about me.
Yes. If you have a positive attitude, you'll be happy. What your father wants most of all is for you to be happy.
Good job today. Isn't it pretty hot in Kyushu? Have you arrived at the hotel yet?
I just got to the hotel. I'm really tired. It's spring, but it feels like summer.
It was hot here today too. I think it was about 77 degrees.
It's hot everywhere now, even in spring. You know what? The ocean is so beautiful here. The water's so clear. I guess Okinawa isn't the only place where the sea is beautiful.
Wow, that's nice. I guess I should have gone with you. I bet the cherry blossoms are already in full bloom over there.
Hey, I'm on a business trip. I'm not here for fun. Besides, it would have cost us extra money if we had both come.
Why don't we just make an expense? We're self-employed.
What are you talking about? It's a waste of money. There's no need for both of us to come. Besides, you're in charge of administration and accounting, so you should do your job well there.
I'm doing all right, but I love to go on a business trip once in a while too. It's boring to stay home all the time.
Then maybe we'll take a trip when the business settles down. We haven't gone somewhere together for a while.
Really?
Our business is on the right track. It's okay to splurge once in a while.
That's great! I want to go. I'd love to go overseas, or to Okinawa.
That would cost us too much money.
No!
If it's the low season for airplane tickets, Okinawa would be fine. Well, think about where you want to go. It's a little early, but I'm tired today, so I'm going to bed.
Oh, wait! I just got a call from the IRS.
What? Why?
They said they found past undeclared income. They want to check back about 3 years ago, so I need to see the paperwork. It's on your computer, right? Let me take a look.
Why my computer? You have our accounting data on yours, don't you?
You know I had to replace my computer last year because it crashed. I didn't have backup of the data from 2 years ago. Once the paperwork was done, I sent you a database copy of their paperwork as well, right? Well, you have the data on the documents, don't you?
Well, I guess.
So I'm going to check your computer. Can you give me your password?
Can't you just wait until I get back?
I need to take care of the tax stuff as soon as possible. The IRS will be angry.
Why would there be any undeclared... Ugh, you better take care of it.
I'm only human, so I make mistakes. Besides, it's not a big amount to be undeclared.
Ugh. The IRS shouldn't be contacting us every time we do something like that.
That's their job. If you don't like these things, just hire a tax attorney. I've suggested this many times before, haven't I? You're trying to cut down the expenses and making me do all the paperwork.
Okay. Password is 0818.
What's this number?
It's my favorite baseball player's birthday. Doesn't matter, right?
It's open. Thank you. Okay, well, I'll take a look.
You see a file in the documents named Accounting Relations? There's a file in it named Tax Declaration. I've organized them by years, so you can find them from there.
Okay.
Don't open any other files.
Why? Are you looking at weird things?
No, I'm not. Do you think I watch those things on my work computer? I mean, don't look at it because it has personal information about clients and customers. I'm not allowed to look at those? Of course not. It's important personal information.
Even though I've seen documents while I've been through the paperwork?
You never know where a leak could come from nowadays. Even if they're related to us, it's not okay.
I got it. Can I make copies of the files I need?
Only the files you need.
You don't need to worry so much. Why are you nervous?
I'm not nervous. I just don't like people touching my computer. I have good crisis management skills. That's it.
Amy, why don't you pick up your phone? You're at home, aren't you?
Hello, mother-in-law. Yes, I'm at home. You finally answered. Why aren't you at the hospital? Because I don't have to go. What do you mean? Your husband was in a car accident. He got into an accident on the way home from a business trip and he was taken straight to the hospital, right? But you don't even come to check on him. Aren't you worried about him? No, I'm not. Seriously? My son regained consciousness just now. Hurry up and come to the hospital. My son is asking for you. What? Did he wake up? That's too bad. Bad guys are so tough. Huh? What are you talking about? What do you mean by too bad? I don't care what happens to my husband. I think he deserves it. I'd rather he didn't wake up at all. Don't be so ominous. What a horrible thing to say. I'm still holding back on this one. If I could, I'd like to yell at him for everything he's done. But I won't do that because it'd be a waste of energy. What's wrong with you, Amy? I thought you two were such a lovely couple. You were in a business together, and you supported each other. Why do you say such a thing? Do you have a personal grudge against my son? A grudge? Yes, I do. My husband is like an avenger of my father. An avenger of your father? What's going on? That man has been playing me a fool all year. It wasn't a business trip this time either. What do you mean by not a business trip? For the past few days, I've been collecting evidence of my husband's wrongdoing, so I'm sure I'm not wrong. I was going to show him the evidence and question him when he comes home. I never thought he'd be in a car accident. He's a very unlucky man. Wait, explain it to me. What did my son lie to you about? My father passed away a year ago, right? Yeah? He'd been battling an incurable disease. Yes. What about that? He might have lived longer. But my husband ruined that possibility. What? I've been fooled by him my whole life. I will never forgive my husband. Hello, Amy. When are you coming to the hospital to see me? Why are you ignoring me? I had an accident. Aren't you worried? Jason, it's Mom. She probably won't go to the hospital. Huh? Why are you answering me, Mom? I'm with Amy now. Oh, you must be getting impatient with her too. But why isn't she coming? And she doesn't reply to my message. That's because she realized your betrayal. Betrayal? What are you talking about? You're a horrible person. I think it's scary, even as my own child. How could you do such a terrible thing? Maybe I raised you badly. No, what's with you all of a sudden? I don't get it. You weren't on a business trip, were you? The truth is, it was an affair trip. No. What are you talking about? How could I have an affair? We know everything about what you did. We've got the evidence from your computer. No way. Oh, damn you, Amy. Amy said she didn't check the computer. You refused to let her see anything and were acting strange. That's why she thought you were suspicious. No. I told her not to look at anything unnecessary. You're the one who should be blamed, right? I'm putting her on the phone now. Apologize. Apologizing isn't enough, but still. I do feel bad about having an affair. I understand she has the right to be angry at me. But enough to ignore her husband in a car accident? That should go against her conscience. That's not the only thing you've done, was it? What? I can't cover for you. Even if I were in her shoes, I would never forgive you. You should be punished properly. Mom? What are you talking about? Hi, it's Amy. Just change the phone. Amy? What the hell is she talking about? Before that, I'll tell you about the affair first. We will get a divorce, and I will charge you and your affair partner. I'll send a content certification letter to your affair partner. Slow down. Wait a minute. I think you're being too hasty with a divorce. She's just someone I play with. So? I love you the most. We've been through so much together since we got married. I promise I'll change. Just give me one more chance. I'm not giving you a chance anymore. You're my father's avenger. What are you talking about? I checked all the paperwork for the past 5 years. Didn't you falsify those documents? You diverted sales to your affair partner. What? I mean, that's embezzlement. Now we're clear. The reason we didn't have any money wasn't because our business wasn't doing well. It's because you were embezzling money. I'm sorry about that. You admit it. If I had the money you contributed to the affair, I could have gotten Dad the treatment he needed. You took Dad's life. I will never forgive you. Wait a minute. That's a leap too far. Huh? To be honest, if he was treated, he may or may not have survived, right? He was fighting the disease for a long time. Sooner or later, your father would have died. He had a short life anyway. What a terrible thing to say, you stupid son! Mom again? You have no compassion. How did you become such a bastard? You're not my son anymore. Don't ever show your face to me again. Mom! You're a stranger to me. You bastard. No, don't be so angry. I need you both to calm down. I have a message from your mother. If you go back to your parents' house, she says, expect to be beaten up. You don't have a family anymore. Why is she that mad at me? You and Mom are both too small-minded. It's not my fault that your father died. It was because of his illness. Even if it was, you took away the one spark of hope I had that he might be cured. That fact doesn't change. Because of you, I will regret it for the rest of my life. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's too late to apologize now. I lost my parent because of you. Now, you're going to lose yours too. That's refreshing. I think I've had enough punishment. I injured my leg badly in this accident. The doctor told me I might have permanent damage. Isn't that enough? It's not enough. I'm going to charge you for compensation, and I wonder what will happen to the business when I'm gone. I don't think you can protect it all by yourself. You'll probably lose your job, parents, money, freedom, everything. You'll wish you never woke up. You're a monster. Remember, you said, what Dad wants most is for me to be happy. So, I'm going to punish you for that. Your suffering is the first step to my happiness. After that, I made my ex-husband and the affair partner pay money as I declared, and we divorced. He had embezzled money, so I was able to get a lot of money from both of them, and after the divorce, I left the business I was running with him. It seems that he was trying to continue the business alone. The business was originally dependent on me, so soon after I left, he went bankrupt, and my ex-husband has gotten into huge debt. My ex-husband, who was disabled from the accident, couldn't find a job. He went to his parents for help. They didn't help him either, as my mother-in-law declared to him. After all, he never came back to me or his parents. I don't know if he has become a hermit, or if he's no longer in this world. No one knows what happened to him. On the other hand, I started a small business with the compensation money. It's safer and easier for me to do it on my own.